Hello everyone. Today we will be solving LeetCode 2 sum problem with brute force approach. In upcoming videos, we'll work our way from today's brute force approach to suboptimal approaches and then to an optimal approach. Let's go over the question now. Given an array of integer nums and an integer target, return indices of the two numbers such that they add up to the target. You may assume that each input would have exactly one solution. So there will be no such test cases where there will be zero answer or more than one answer. You may not use the same element twice. Element with the same index cannot be used more than once to add up to the target. You can return the answer in any order. Elements that will be adding up to the target, we can return their indices in any order. Now let's look at the examples. Example 1. Nums is 2, 7, 11, 15. Target is 9. Output is 0, 1 because nums of 0 plus nums of 1, which is 2 plus 7, is equal to the target, which is 9. Let's go over example 2. Nums is 3, 2, 4. Target is 6. Output is 1, 2 because 2 plus 4 is equal to 6. In this example, output is not 0, 0 because 3 plus 3 would have been equal to the target. But because of the constraint, you may not use the same element twice. We cannot use the element with the same index more than once to add up to the target. Hence, 0, 0 in example 2 will be an incorrect answer. Let's go over example 3. Nums is 3, 3. Target is 6. Output is 0, 1. Over here, we have chosen two different elements whose values are same. They are different because their indices are different. Now, let's think about a brute force solution to solve the problem. The most intuitive approach that comes to an beginner's mind is a brute force method, where for each pair of elements in nums array, we check if their sum is equal to the target. In the brute force method, we iterate through the array using two nested loops to check for every possible pair of numbers whether the sum equals to the target. If it does, we return the indices of those two numbers. Now let's start with this example test case where nums is 7, 11, 2, 15. Target is 26. Expected output is 1, 3 because 11 plus 15 is equal to the target. We'll have ith pointer for the outer loop and jth pointer for the nested loop. We'll initialize I and j equal to 0. If I and j are equal, then we do nothing. We increment the jth pointer. We check if nums of I plus nums of j is equal to the target. If not, then we increment the jth pointer. We check if nums of I plus nums of j is equal to the target. They are not. So we'll simply increment the jth pointer. We check if nums of I plus nums of j is equal to the target. No, they are not. Now when the jth pointer hits the end of the nums array, we reset the jth pointer to 0 and increment the ith pointer. We check again if nums of I plus nums of j is equal to the target. No, they are not. We increment the jth pointer. Over here, I and j are equal, so we do nothing. We increment the jth pointer. We check if nums of I plus nums of j are equal. No, they are not. We increment jth pointer. We check nums of I plus nums of j equal to the target. In this case, they are equal. 11 plus 15 is equal to the target. We found our pair of elements, so we return their indices, which is 1, 3. Now let's code the solution. We'll write the first for loop for the ith pointer, which will take values from 0 to length of nums. We'll write the nested loop for the jth pointer. This will take the values from 0 to length of nums. Now we'll check if I is equal to j. If they are equal, we'll do nothing. Now we'll check if nums of I plus nums of j is equal to the target. If they are equal, then we'll simply return their indices, which is I, j. Let's try to submit this code on LeetCode. Solution got accepted. Let's do a time complexity and space complexity analysis of our code. The time complexity analysis of our code is O of n squared because we are using two for loops and inner loop is nested. For each element, we try to find its second element by looping through the rest of the array. The space complexity is O of 1 because we have not used any additional space. Thank you for watching. In the next video, we will cover suboptimal approach and optimal approach, which is better than the brute force approach that we discussed. So please stay tuned.